Okay. Now, the other thing I want to say before we get started. Yesterday, we had a very honest discussion, right? We did on this very show. Some people understood it, respected it, and gave me good feedback. Others, who were completely immature, took offense, whined, bitched, and complained, and ran to detractor content because that's what they do, because they're immature people. Goodbye. Don't come back. If you can't have an honest conversation about something, then you shouldn't be on the internet. No lie, I got a comment. This is a good comment I got from someone. They said, so yesterday's podcast is a disaster, and here's why. Everything I did on yesterday's podcast is wrong from a content creator's perspective. I was honest about my business. I was honest about content that I make. I talked to my audience as if they were viewers rather than friends. You know, basically I did everything wrong, right? I was honest with my audience. And because of that, that doesn't play the game. That doesn't make people feel all cozy, warm, and at home. And instead, some people start to get apprehensive and they start to get all afraid because Phil's telling it like it is. But here's the thing. That person's absolutely right with that comment. I agree with them. The problem is that's not who I am, and it's not who I've ever been in the 16 years I've been on YouTube. I've been the outlier. I've been the guy that does it different. I'm not here to coddle people. I'm not here to kiss butt. I'm not here to make you feel like you're my personal close friend. I'm not here to create a false parasocial relationship with you so that you think, oh, my best friend Phil, let me come to his stream and throw money at him. That's not who I am. That's never who I'm going to be. And I'm not going to change to play the game. That's why, while everyone else on YouTube who played the game got bigger, got more views, got exclusive access to content and rights to play games early and sponsorship deals, I stayed where I was because I know my role. I'm different than the rest of them. And I'm not a shill and I'm not a dishonest person. I want to be transparent with my audience. If things are not going well for various reasons, I want to tell you that so that we can figure out why things aren't going well, get to the root of that problem and solve it. Instead of pretending like there's no problem, lying to you with a big smile on my face and saying, hey guys, I'm your best friend, throw me money. Newsflash, I'm not your best friend. We are friendly, especially if you're a regular on my streams and I know you when we have conversations, but we're not best friends, right? I have a life, I'm married, you know? I don't misrepresent myself on my streams or anything like that. And at the end of the day, yes, this is my hobby. This is what I love to do. I have passion for it. This is the best job I've ever had, but it's a job. And I have to treat it as such. Because the moment that I don't, the moment that I stop acting like this is a job, basically, we lose ourselves. And I think, sadly, that's what's happened. A lot of these content creators, oh, well, you know, this is so different, right? You're my friends, and we're going to hang out, and, you know, and then it's crazy. It's just crazy bullshit. I mean, fucking people like Pokemon and shit shouldn't even exist. And the only reason they do is because their entire existence is a parasocial relationship with a bunch of fucking losers on the internet who toss them shit, and they're never honest. They're just always fucking being there just to receive payment for that nonsense, okay? I am never going to be like that, all right? Never, because I'm honest. So, you know, sometimes I'm going to have a situation where I'm going to have something important to talk to you about, and I want to tackle it, and I want to be able to do that. And there's so many people, I hate to say it, and I said this yesterday, I'm going to reiterate. There's too many people, an entire generation, who seem to be coddled. When you were growing up, your parents told you you were the most special person on the planet. It's like you grew up in a bubble. You grew up inside of a fucking, a cellophane wrap. You grew up inside of a bubble, what do you call those things? Bubble wrap? Or like, you know, you're inside of a padded fucking room. You're all cozy with your fucking stuffed animals and shit. That's not life. That is not life. That is not reality. If that's how you grew up, isolated like that, you're going to find at some point in your life, you're going to have to go out there to the real world, and it's going to be a shocking surprise when you realize not everyone cares about you and is going to treat you like life's special snowflake, okay? Some of the responses that I got to stuff like, well, we wanted you to play a game. You didn't immediately drop absolutely everything that you were doing to play the game at the day it came out of nowhere. Therefore, no one's ever going to watch you ever play that game ever again because you were a few months late. So you're an asshole then. You're a completely entitled brat. And you're mad at me because I don't drop everything to do what you demand the day that you decide that you want it. What the fuck kind of an attitude is that? But you see, this is me speaking honestly to an audience, And if you understand what I'm saying and you get it, you're not offended because you're probably mature. You probably are, a little older. Younger people totally wouldn't get that because that's what they've been grown up and catered to understand. The internet is instant gratification. Everything I want, I should get immediately. And if I don't, that's awful. And I whine and cry like a baby. You'll get nowhere. You'll literally get nowhere in life if that's the case, right? The reason that I'm still here after 16 years is because I'm different, all right? And people either like or hate that, but for some reason, they want to watch it, right? So there you go. I'm not going anywhere. At any time, I will go somewhere when I decide that I'm done, right? The day that I said, I'm done, I don't want to stream anymore, that's when I go away. But outside of that, I'm going to still be here making content, having a good time, doing what I love, and doing what you guys love for as long as I feel like it. Doesn't matter how many people don't like that and want to fucking, we're going to shut him down. Shit. No, you're not. It's never going to happen. It'll be when I decide that I step away from streaming and content creation, period. Okay? Jasper is now attacking the new microphone. He's wondering what it is. He's very curious. So anyway, yeah, after yesterday's discussion, that was very honest. It seemed like there was definitely different ways that people reacted to it. Some people could not believe that I was honest with them. It was like the first person in their life was being transparent and honest, and they were like, they couldn't take it. Like their heads exploded and their brains shot out of their ears like liquid, and they just got so infuriated that someone would speak to them like that. It's like, dude, don't you understand that if I said something yesterday that offended you, you were the problem? Because a lot of people watched yesterday and weren't offended. They were fine. They were like, yeah, we get it. Totally right. Yeah, it's not instant gratification. That's not reality. It's in life, good things come to those who wait. Phil's working on improving and doing things that we want, and that's cool. And if you were offended by me saying, hey, grow up, guess what? You needed to grow up, and maybe you shouldn't be here. And the truth is, it's not my mainstream viewers that acted like that. It's a bunch of fucking troll-ass idiots or people who ride that fucking in-between spot. So now they run to the detractor content. I don't care. Go watch detractor content. You can go hug Doody streams and memology all day and circle jerk them and give them money because you're a fucking loser. I don't miss you. All right? So, yes, if I'm going to do better for you, I need honest feedback. I need to know what's working and what's not. I'm not going to pretend like everything is fine all the time, or else I can't get that honest feedback that I need. Like what I determined yesterday from our honest discussion was that multiverses just is not working for most people. Okay, it's just not. All right, people think that multiverses is kind of a ripoff of Smash Brothers. They slowed down the gameplay and people don't like watching it because of that. Plus, there's a lot of online connectivity issues. I agree with those statements. I am still enjoying the game, but it's obvious the viewership probably isn't. So if that's the case and you want me to do something completely different, I'll do something completely different. And that's the feedback I need. I'll never get that feedback unless I'm honest with my audience. If I just sit here and say, you're my best friend and we're all happy and everything's good and everything's roses and unicorns and smiley faces and this isn't a business, this is our hangout session, come to my clubhouse, come on, and then I give you a name, a generic name. You know what I'm saying? Right? Like what would be the generic name that we would name everything here? The Brofist Army or the fucking, the Champions Club or whatever. Like, let's make a generic name so I can pretend like we're besties, right? And I could call you that, and then you'll come and you'll throw me money, right? No, I'm not doing any of that. I'm literally never doing any of that. I'm not. That's bullshit. The DS peeps. See how stupid that shit is? Do you understand how dumb that shit is? That's why I'm never going to do that. Yes, this is what I love to do. This is what I have passion for, but it's also my business. I have to treat it as such, and we have to have real conversations about that to make out what's best for everyone, for me and you. What I'm liking isn't necessarily what you're liking, and what you want isn't necessarily going to be what I always want to do. We have to find that happy medium to find the balance, right? Like Fallout 4, doing pretty good. The Street Fighter 6 stuff right now, doing pretty good. Let's keep that going. Multiverses isn't. Let's do something different. I'm okay with that, even though it's sad to see it go because I like it. I'm okay, and we'll work on that, right? Cool. What's wrong with having that conversation, right? Because people get offended. I don't care. Be offended. Be fucking offended for the rest of your fucking life and live in your bubble and leave me alone. And everybody else too, for that matter, because normal people don't care that you're offended at everything. Really, they don't. We don't care that you go run on X and complain. You go to your fucking little TikToks, you make your videos, and you fucking do your dumb shit. No one cares. Go complain somewhere else and fucking leave us normal people alone. We've had enough. Okay. So, excuse me. All that being said, let's now get to business, shall we?